I'm Scarlett, a 37-year-old childless working housewife. Today marks our 5th wedding anniversary and also my husband Everett's birthday. We're the same age. Everett, a handsome and seemingly successful salesman at a renowned company, often works late and entertains clients, leaving us with little time together. Our wedding was a simple weekday ceremony with family and a few friends. Both of us had weekend jobs and finding a common schedule was challenging. Everett was particularly insistent on this arrangement. For our anniversary and his birthday, I asked him to come home early. I took a half day off from work, bought his favorite Wagyu steak, wine, and cake, and set a stylish table. I waited for Everett to come home. Despite my requests, he didn't return. I received a single email from him saying he had urgent work and would stay at the office. Disappointed but understanding, I cleaned up the dinner and went to bed, feeling a bit doubtful since he had said he wasn't that busy. The next morning, I went to work as usual. My messages to his phone went unread, and he didn't respond to my calls. Worried, I called his office and was shocked to learn he had resigned the day before and apparently found a job in a neighboring prefecture. I hadn't heard a word about this. Rushing home, I saw his shoes at the entrance. I burst into his room to find him packing his belongings into a suitcase. "What's going on?" I demanded, my eyes wide with surprise. "You already found out," he said, clicking his tongue and handing over divorce papers. "Let's get a divorce." "Why? What for?" I asked, stunned. "I'm fed up with you not fulfilling your role as a wife. You prioritize work, don't cook, do laundry once a week, and the room is dusty. I don't need a wife like that." "Wait a minute. For the past 2 years, I've made dinner and waited, but you always said you'd eaten out and didn't touch it. That's why I stopped cooking." "Still, it's a wife's duty to cook and wait. Besides, your cooking is terrible, so I started eating out." At the beginning of our marriage, he used to say my cooking was great. I shuddered at his cold voice. We agreed when we got married that I would do the laundry and cleaning on my days off, Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I should put up with a dirty room from Friday to Tuesday. "That's a joke," he retorted, rolling his eyes. "What happened to you all of a sudden? I never thought you wouldn't quit your job even after 5 years of marriage. When I got a job offer, I thought it was a good opportunity." A good opportunity to divorce. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Everett had never complained about my work or housekeeping, and there had been no sign he wanted a divorce. "Well, you never noticed how dissatisfied I was. I don't need a wife like that. I rented an apartment near my new job, so I won't be coming back to this room." Everett's words echoed in Scarlett's mind as he pushed past her and left with his suitcase. Standing there in shock, Scarlett struggled to comprehend what had just happened. A week later, feeling frustrated and unable to contact Everett, she reluctantly attended a high school reunion. She hadn't been in the mood to go, but having already paid the fee and needing a change of pace from her daily turmoil, she decided to go. At the reunion, she found herself surrounded by classmates who were divorced or single mothers, each living vibrant lives despite their own challenges. Until then, Scarlett had clung to hope that things would improve with Everett. But as she reflected, reconciling would likely mean uprooting her life to move near his new job, which seemed impractical given her own career and financial stability. After working for 17 years since graduating from junior college and earning a decent salary, the thought of starting over in a new location seemed daunting. Everett's abrupt rejection left Scarlett questioning her future. Her decision was solidified when Everett called, urging her to relocate. They had been living in an apartment he rented, and with the lease renewal approaching, the real estate agent had contacted him, prompting the call. "I told them we'd move out in a month, so get rid of everything by then," Everett insisted. "I'm still living here, and you didn't consult me at all?" Scarlett protested. "I'm the one renting it. I don't need to consult you," he retorted defensively. Feeling a sense of hopelessness, Scarlett sighed. "Fine, I'll clean up my stuff this weekend or next weekend. Get rid of not just your stuff, but also everything left in my room and the furniture," Everett demanded. "What?" Scarlett's frustration grew. "This room was originally rented by you when you were single, and most of the furniture has been here since then. The other furniture and appliances were bought with your credit card. I'll handle disposing of what I've used, but naturally, you should take care of the rest and cover the disposal costs." Everett abruptly hung up, leaving Scarlett standing there, bewildered and upset at the turn of events. What a stingy man, taking only his precious belongings and leaving all the cleanup to me. This solidified my resolve to divorce him. Over the weekend, as I sorted through the closet filled with memories of happier times, I came across items that belonged to both me and Everett. Among them was his high school graduation album. Absent-mindedly flipping through the pages, I noticed something unexpected. I promptly filed for divorce and informed Everett via email. A week later, in the evening, I received a shocking reply from him with a picture attached, a marriage registration form for him and another woman. Stunned, I stared at the image when he called. "Did you see it?" he asked bluntly. "What does this mean?" I managed to respond, my voice trembling. "It's exactly what it looks like. I just had a wedding ceremony and remarried that woman," he confirmed, his tone indifferent and cold. "You're kidding. She's incredibly beautiful, wealthy, and has a great personality. She asked me to marry her right after we divorced. Isn't it amazing?" Everett boasted. "So you were cheating on me while we were married?" I retorted, disbelief and anger simmering. "I'm popular, unlike you who only has your job going for you. Oh, and her father built us a house on their property and I transferred to her hometown with his help. It's a mid-sized company, but I'm an executive now." Everett seemed eager to flaunt his remarriage to his wealthy affair partner. As he spoke casually, a surge of anger welled up inside me. He had blamed me for our problems and divorced me, but in reality, it was so he could marry his affair partner. According to him, they had been dating for over 2 years. They met at a pub with his coworkers where she was among 4 women at the next table. Supposedly, every time Everett spilled his drink, she helped him clean up, sparking their conversation. "Man, she's the same age as us, but she's stunningly beautiful and looks a good decade younger. She quickly wiped my clothes with a lovely handkerchief." Everett recounted that when he took her to a restaurant to express his gratitude, he discovered she was the daughter of a landowner. She had entered an arranged marriage at her parents' urging but was troubled by her husband's infidelity. She declared, "I need to fix my flaws," which Everett interpreted as a sign of her complete transformation from me. Everett said he was immediately captivated by her and aggressively pursued her. She began dating Everett without divorcing her husband. Isn't it reasonable to question a woman who dates 2 men while attempting to remain faithful to her husband? But Everett, blinded by love, failed to notice. "A woman who doesn't support her man is worthless. You prioritize work and neglect your husband. You're not right for me." "What? So you want me to depend on you because you can't stand on your own?" I couldn't help but yell back, feeling my frustration boiling over. Everett looked irritated too, remarking, I'm so relieved to be free from someone like you. Stella is the best after all." "Stella? Is that her name?" "Yeah, it's written with characters meaning double and flower, like the double cherry blossoms. She was born during the peak of the double cherry blossoms. Her parents really have a knack for names. They're quite famous for it." Listening to Everett gush about Stella and her unique name, something suddenly clicked in my memory. "Did you actually marry such an amazing woman? You're not making this up?" With a wounded sense of pride, Everett responded, "She's the perfect wife with an impeccable family background and personality. Just look at her graceful beauty." As expected, he sent me a picture of them at their wedding. "Oh, there's no mistaking it." I couldn't help but burst out laughing. "What's so funny?" Everett demanded. "This is undeniable proof that you really did get married." "Of course it's real," he insisted. I continued to laugh, unable to say more. "Hey, enough with the laughing. We're married for real? And she's pregnant." "What? No way," I chuckled uncontrollably. "Ah, I see. Losing me must have driven you insane," Everett concluded, his tone a mix of frustration and disbelief. Everett took my laughter as a slight, and dreamily he said, "In 3 months, we'll have a baby girl. She'll surely be as beautiful as Stella." "Well, even if she takes after you, she'll still be beautiful." Everett has a sweet, almost idol-like handsome face. He seemed slightly flustered and replied, "No, she doesn't need to look like me." Hearing this, I burst into laughter again. "Go ahead and have your laugh. Goodbye," Everett said, ending the call abruptly. One day, he'll discover why I found it so amusing. I look forward to that day. Later, we had disagreements over alimony and property division, but with the help of a lawyer, I managed to secure millions from Everett. He agreed to pay alimony, wanting to avoid causing emotional distress during my pregnancy. 2 years passed without any contact until I finally received a heart-wrenching email. "Please, Scarlett, I beg you, please listen to me." Reluctantly, I answered the phone call that followed soon after. As expected, it was about the child born between him and Stella. Well, kids usually take after their parents, right? Of course, who else would they resemble? Yeah. It seemed the baby girl didn't inherit Stella's striking beauty at all. I tried to reassure him, saying, "She's only 2 years old. Children change a lot as they grow." But he remained unconvinced, puzzled by the lack of resemblance. Well, I guess that makes sense. When I jokingly asked, stifling a laugh, "Doesn't the baby resemble you?" he suddenly panicked and exclaimed loudly, "No, she doesn't. But it's okay. It's okay that she doesn't look like me." Despite secretly conducting a DNA test to confirm Stella's fidelity, the results unequivocally confirmed that both Everett and Stella were indeed the child's parents. "So, there's no doubt she's your child." Everett wasn't ready to drop the subject. "Hey, remember 2 years ago when I told you Stella was pregnant? You laughed a lot. Did you know something?" "Oh, well, yes. Stella and I went to the same high school and were in the same grade," I explained. "We weren't in the same class during those 3 years, so I didn't know her well. But I remember her as the daughter of a landlord with a somewhat arrogant and difficult personality." During the class reunion about 2 years ago, Stella's plastic surgery became a topic of discussion, apparently self-conscious about her features. Sable eyelids, small eyes, a button nose, and a slight overbite, Stella reportedly underwent multiple procedures at a renowned cosmetic surgery clinic in New York after high school. She didn't attend the reunion, so I couldn't catch a glimpse of her, but a friend later sent me before and after pictures. "American cosmetic surgery is incredible," I remarked to Everett. Initially skeptical, Everett realized he had never seen any childhood or graduation photos of Stella. Was I deceived? Damn it. Stella had portrayed herself as demure while they dated, but it turned out she had cheated on him multiple times and had been sued for alimony by several ex-husbands' wives. "I need to confront her," Everett declared. "Maybe you shouldn't," I cautioned. "Why not?" he demanded. "Well, the child doesn't resemble you either, does she? It's often said that girls take after their fathers." My observation left Everett speechless. "She can't resemble you. After all, you've had plastic surgery too." "How did you?" "When I moved out of our apartment 2 years ago, I stumbled upon your high school graduation album. You looked completely different then, so it was quite a shock. Seeing that album made me understand why he never introduced me to his college friends, insisted on a modest wedding, and only invited a few colleagues from work. It dawned on me that Everett likely underwent plastic surgery during college and feared his friends from that time would recognize him. I don't have a problem with plastic surgery, but you should consider that your child might take after your original appearance." "What am I supposed to do?" "What do you mean? Just be a responsible father. The test results confirm the child is yours." With that, I hung up the phone and blocked his number and email. He's so narrow-minded, rejecting his own child just because of her appearance. A year later, a friend whose child was the same age as Everett's showed me a photo of her kids starting kindergarten, and the child was adorable. The child didn't resemble the current Stella or Everett, but according to my friend, who had become close to Stella, Stella had hoped her child would inherit Everett's post-surgery appearance. My friend had to hear her complain almost daily, lamenting, "I shouldn't have had a child like this. They're seriously the worst couple ever, and it looks like Everett cheated again." My friend even sought divorce advice from Stella. "Everett is such a fool. If he ends up divorcing Stella, he'll have to pay alimony and child support. And since Stella is wealthy, who knows how much she could get with a top-notch lawyer." What's more, according to my friend, who befriended Stella, even the local kids know about her plastic surgery, and her daughter is being excluded at kindergarten, being told, "Your mom is actually ugly." It's reassuring that Stella's parents seem to adore their granddaughter, but it's really heartbreaking for the child. Well, it's none of my concern anyway. As for me, I've managed to rent an apartment in a convenient location for work. With the shorter commute, I can handle cleaning and laundry after work, and I can dedicate my days off entirely to my own interests. I've also strengthened my bond with a divorced classmate I reconnected with at the reunion, and I'm enjoying the relaxed and fulfilling life.